The ongoing discoveries of prehistoric cave art continue to captivate researchers, offering profound insights into early human cultures and challenging our understanding of the development of human cognition, creativity, and social organization. Each newly uncovered site serves as a window into the artistic, spiritual, and social lives of our ancestors, revealing a sophistication and complexity that goes far beyond mere survival. Among the most groundbreaking discoveries in recent years is a cave painting found on Indonesia's Sulawesi island, which may represent the oldest known example of visual storytelling. This depiction of human-like figures engaged in hunting native animals goes beyond aesthetic appeal, suggesting that early humans had already developed a sophisticated understanding of narrative, symbolism, and their relationship with the natural world. The figures are not just hunters. They are characters in a story, demonstrating an early grasp of plot, emotion, and possibly myth. This level of narrative complexity indicates a cognitive leap where the distinction between survival-driven expression and artistic aspiration begins to blur, hinting at a profound symbolic awareness. The significance of these discoveries is not confined to a single geographic region. Across the globe, prehistoric cave art provides invaluable insights into the way early humans thought, worshipped, and organized their communities, offering a glimpse into their perception of the natural and supernatural world. In Bulgaria, Murah Cave stands as a striking example of such insight, its walls adorned with vivid depictions of deer, goats, and extinct species like the woolly rhinoceros, rendered in red, black, and white pigments. The animals are not simply sketched. They are brought to life through careful attention to proportion, movement, and detail. These images function both as artistic achievements and as historical records, illustrating the fauna of the Ice Age, while revealing the symbolic significance these creatures likely held. In spiritual or ritual contexts, such artwork demonstrates that early humans were not merely observing their environment. They were interpreting it, expressing their reverence and fear, and seeking to exert influence over the world through symbolic acts. In Spain, discoveries in caves like Pasiega have revolutionized our understanding of Neanderthal cognition. Paintings dating back over 64,000 years suggest that Neanderthals, previously thought incapable of abstract thought, were engaged in symbolic art-making long before Homo sapiens arrived in Europe. Simple yet deliberate shapes, marks, and figures reveal minds capable of abstraction, planning, and cultural transmission, challenging long-held assumptions about the evolutionary hierarchy of intelligence and creativity. These discoveries suggest that the capacity for symbolic expression was not unique to modern humans, but may have been a shared trait among several hominin species, highlighting the complex interplay of cognition, culture, and creativity in our evolutionary history. Further west, the renowned Chauvet Cave in France showcases dynamic portrayals of Ice Age animals that seem to pulse with life and energy. Lions, mammoths, and horses are depicted with multiple limbs and varying postures, creating the illusion of movement and suggesting that prehistoric artists were experimenting with early forms of animation. This sophistication reflects not only artistic talent, but also a spiritual reverence for the creatures depicted, likely reflecting their significance in ritual or cosmological beliefs. Similarly, the Cave of Hands in Argentina, with its 9,300-year-old. Handprints created by blowing pigment over outstretched fingers represents one of the earliest known examples of stencil art. These communal prints, often accompanied by hunting scenes, highlight the collective and symbolic nature of prehistoric art, serving as declarations of presence, group identity, and possibly spiritual protection. The technical method, too, reflects a deep understanding of artistic process and a desire to leave a lasting mark in a transient world. The Bhimbetka rock shelters in India provide an expansive visual timeline of human artistic evolution stretching across tens of thousands of years, from early depictions of animals and hunting scenes to abstract symbols and geometric patterns. These paintings reveal the progressive development of cognition, spirituality, and community. The shelters themselves were not merely living spaces. They function as centers for storytelling, ritual, education, and social gathering, with art serving as a crucial medium for cultural transmission. In Brazil, the Serra da Capivara National Park presents an extensive collection of over 30,000 rock paintings, some nearly 20,000 years old. These images go beyond the portrayal of daily life, hinting at celestial understanding and philosophical reflection. One striking image depicts a figure seemingly observing the stars, suggesting early human interest in astronomy and a spiritual connection to the cosmos. Across continents, prehistoric art reveals a persistent human fascination with the relationship between the terrestrial and celestial realms, as well as a desire to record, interpret, and influence the world through visual expression. Portable art, such as engraved stones found in the Nida Hills and other remote regions, demonstrates that symbolism was not confined to fixed spaces like caves. These small transportable artifacts, marked with intricate carvings, suggest a shared symbolic language that transcended local communities, implying ancient networks of trade, communication, or cultural exchange. Such mobile forms of art allowed ideas, beliefs, and practices to travel, reinforcing cohesion among dispersed groups and highlighting the interconnectedness of early human societies. They reflect a deliberate effort to preserve meaning and identity even in a nomadic context, suggesting that symbolic behavior was a central aspect of social life. Preservation and protection of these ancient artworks have become increasingly urgent as threats from climate change, tourism, and vandalism endanger their fragile existence. In Chauvet Cave, for example, access is strictly controlled and detailed. Replicas have been created for educational purposes, safeguarding the original 14,000-year-old paintings. Similarly, Spain's El Castillo cave, with red discs and stencil handprints over 40,000 years old, is a reminder that the drive to create and communicate is a fundamental human trait enduring across millennia. These efforts underscore the dual value of prehistoric art, aesthetic and technical mastery intertwined with profound anthropological insight. The ability of early humans to render movement, emotion, and symbolic meaning reveals the depth of their cognitive and spiritual life. Taken together, these discoveries illuminate the rich tapestry of prehistoric existence, illustrating that early humans were more than mere survivors. They were thinkers, dreamers, and visionaries. The intricate hunting scenes, the symbolic handprints, and the dynamic portrayals of animals all testify to the resilience, creativity, and interconnectedness of ancient communities. Far from being silent relics, these artworks act as voices, speaking across the ages. Each painting, Engraving and artifact is a message, a story, or reflection from a distant past, inviting contemporary viewers to connect with the lives, beliefs, and aspirations of those who lived tens of thousands of years ago. Art was not merely decorative. It was a means of asserting identity, conveying spiritual beliefs, and fostering collective memory. Prehistoric art offers a lens through which we can trace the emergence of the symbolic mind, marking the transition from instinctual behavior to intentional meaning-making by drawing animals in motion or exaggerating features. Early humans were shaping perception, creating shared cultural experiences, and expressing abstract ideas. The interplay between practical and spiritual concerns is evident in the placement of art deep within caves, suggesting that creation was a ritual act, perhaps even sacred. Crawling into dimly lit recesses to leave a painting of a deer or a shamanic figure may have been a rite of passage, a way to communicate with spirits or ancestors, or to invoke protection or success. The repetition of symbols, including dots, spirals, and zigzags, hints at early attempts at notation, kendrical systems, or proto-writing, reflecting a structured understanding of time, nature, and ritual. Animals central to much of this artwork were not merely prey, but held spiritual significance. Large Ice Age fauna such as bison, mammoths, lions, and horses appear repeatedly there. Depictions suggesting fertility, strength, danger, or transformation. Some anthropologists theorize that art functioned as part of hunting magic, capturing the essence of the animal to ensure successful hunts. Parallels exist in shamanistic practices from more recent cultures, where ritual drawings, chants, and dances were employed to invoke animal behavior or spiritual power. Prehistoric artists often combined human and animal features and representations known as theanthropes, possibly depicting shamans in trance, gods, or mythological creatures. These images found across continents indicate a widespread spiritual worldview, emphasizing the deep interconnection of humans, animals, and the cosmos. Recurring abstract motifs, dots, spirals, zigzags add yet another dimension to these visual narratives. These patterns may reflect early counting, lunar or seasonal cycles, or ritual calendars, suggesting that prehistoric humans were beginning to systematize knowledge symbolically. Such expressions mark a pivotal moment in human evolution, revealing the emergence of abstract thought, communication, and social cohesion. The creation of art was not an isolated activity, but embedded within the cultural, spiritual, and social framework of communities, intertwining practical survival with